Rye, from a 5-on-5 standpoint, and I know you guys have been asked lots of questions about this, but how much time do you guys spend analyzing that portion of the game and trying to figure out how to squeeze more out of that even strength play?
Yeah, we definitely look at it a lot. Work on some stuff in practice. I think over the past few games, we've done a better job creating more 5-on-5. We haven't been able to break through and score too much, especially early in games. But I think that we've kind of addressed, at least offensively, how to create more, and we've taken that to heart and improved on it. But on the other side of things too, it comes down to making mistakes here or there that we gotta cut out of our game.
You went from the best winning percentage in the league, and in a fairly short time here, it's been a quick turn. Has it been a little bit jarring for you guys to go from as high as you were to this feeling of, desperate to get this thing turned back around?
Well, obviously it's not fun to go through stretches like this, but we set ourselves up with a great start to the season. Unfortunately, teams go through stretches like this. I mean, obviously this is a bit longer of one, but you go through ups and downs in seasons, and you have to find a way to get out of it eventually and be better for it. So, I mean, like you said, I mean, it happened pretty quick, but it's not going to deter us. It's not going to frustrate us. We just have to get better and start pushing on here.
Can you share with us, you made that play to Draisaitl last night to Leon early in the game, and it was a really nice play. Everyone was yelling, shoot in the stands. You put it on his tape, he missed the net. He was clearly very disappointed. Can you just maybe tell us about that play, how it went, and sort of what you guys talk about on the bench after that happens?
I mean, there's not too much to say. I mean, he's the best goal scorer in the league. You give him a shot like that with the goalie in the net, and he puts it over the shoulder 9 times out of 10. I mean, it's one of those plays that happens to everybody. Doesn't matter how good of a goal scorer you are. I mean, it just is unfortunately one of the parts of the games. Obviously, you give him that shot 100 times, he's going to score most of those times. It's just, the puck just kind of came to me, and I knew if I could just move it over, he's going to have a better look than I am. So. There's not a whole lot to say. Obviously, like I said, I mean he puts pucks in from crazy angles at all times. So it's just unfortunately a tough part of the game.
What do you say? Like, we're running out of questions. You guys are running out of answers. In the movies, there's always a bunch of big Newt Rockney speeches in these dressing rooms, right? I don't sense it's like that in real life. What do you want to say? You're a leader on this team. What kind of things are guys saying to each other in there?
Well, I mean, I think it's important right now to stay up with each other and not get too frustrated. You can't. A big thing when you go through stretches, and we haven't done it at all, is turn on each other. So I think that's a positive thing. Is we're all in it together here. We all want to come out from this in a positive way, and eventually we know we're going to work our way out. And I think 5-on-5 last night, for the first 2 periods especially, we had the better chances. We outplayed them. We hemmed them in a lot, and unfortunately we couldn't break through, and when they got a couple chances, they did. So the frustration can't turn into negativity. I think sometimes frustration can almost be used as a good thing. You want to get out there and you want to play harder and you want to do a little bit more, but you can't let it turn into negativity. And I think that's something that we talk about in the room. And everybody's in it together. We just got to play together and come out as a team.
Hey Ryan, so when you're not getting a lot of goals on this stretch here, I suppose it's easy to say, well, just shoot more pucks to the net. But some games you have got a lot of shots. Is it shot quality? Is it a bounce? Is it second chance opportunities? How do you look at it?
Yeah, I mean it's probably a little bit of everything at this point. We've talked about getting the puck to our D, getting in front of the goalie's eyes and working for those second, third opportunities, and we've done a good job of that. We just haven't been able to break through. So sometimes it's, and I'm not saying that we're just not getting bounces right now. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes you do need a bounce to go your way to kind of give you some life, and then you aren't gripping your stick as tight in front of the net, and things are just going in a little easier. So, I mean, you got to bear down when you're around the net, but I think we've tried to emphasize on putting more pucks on net, getting more bodies to the net, and we're not going to stop doing that. We're going to keep pushing, and eventually it's going to break.
Ryan, just over here to your right.
I think this. No, never mind.
Can you take us through the instincts and the mindset of an elite athlete? And what I mean by that is, earlier on in the year, things were going your way. It looked like you guys were letting the game come to you, and you guys were relying on instincts. And then when you're going through a situation like this, maybe you're gripping the stick a little too tight because you want to do an extra thing, or you're kind of getting out of your element. What is the contrast between that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. I think when you play your best, you're just kind of you're being an athlete. You're letting things happen, and you're not overthinking too much. You're just kind of playing, and we probably need to get back to that a little bit. I mean, obviously, you can. It gets in your head a little bit when you go through stretches, and then you want to do the right things, but you're thinking a little bit too much. And when we're playing our best, we're just playing as a 5-man unit, 6-man unit, and letting things happen. And it's a lot of fun. And I mean, we will get back to that. We have a lot of confidence in this group to be able to do that.
I know you specifically referenced the Draisaitl miss, but that happens to everybody, as you mentioned. Now, when you're going through these stretches throughout your career, in your 11-year career, what does that process of getting back to that instinctual play and letting the game come to you look like when you're in this situation?
I mean, I think it can start with working, for sure. When you're not feeling the puck too well, or things aren't going your way offensively, defensively, pucks are bouncing off your stick, off your feet. I think it's kind of easy to just regroup and go back to work base and keep things simple. And I think that's something that we've tried to do over the past few games. Obviously, getting the first goal is something that will help us. We're still chasing games from behind, so it makes it tough. This is a tough league to continually chase games. Teams are too good, so but at the same time, when you get down a goal, we have to stay confident and just keep chipping away. And I think keeping things simple, moving your feet can go a long way for getting back to your instincts.
Ryan, just right here, results aside, I'm just wondering, collectively as a team, how you felt about your game over these last 6 games, especially in the last maybe 3 or 4?
Well, I think the last 3 or 4, we've done a lot of good things. We've done a lot of things that we've talked about, we've addressed, and obviously there's still parts of our game that we can improve on, and limiting the mistakes and not letting the frustration lead into mistakes is obviously important. But I mean, I think 5-on-5, we've done a lot of things well over the past 3-4 games. We're in the O-zone. Our D are jumping. We have a third guy high. We're playing together as a group. So I think we got to keep that up, and eventually, I mean, the tides will turn.
And there've been a lot of injuries here of late, and you're getting guys back, but Hyman's out now. I'm just wondering if you think it would be beneficial for to add a player to the mix, whether a trade or something like that. Would it help kind of galvanize the group maybe a little?
No, I think we have the answers in this room. We're confident in whoever can step up into a position and get the job done. I mean, but it doesn't. It's not just about 1 or 2 guys doing that. It's about the whole group bearing down and doing it.